Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our annual College Signing Day event. My name is Brett Alcantara, and I'm the Assistant Athletic Director at Byram Hills High School. Thank you for joining us as we recognize 3 outstanding student athletes. These athletes are making a commitment to bring their passion for their sport to the collegiate level. This is something very few high school athletes get to do. Congratulations to each of you joining us tonight. You have made the Byram Hills community extremely proud. I want to extend a special thank you to Ms. Medrano, Mr. Melso, and Mrs. Trainer of the Media Center for helping us put this virtual celebration together, as well as the Bobcat Boosters for their continued support of athletics. Nearly 8 million students currently participate in high school athletics in the United States. Only about 480,000 of them move on to compete as NCAA athletes. The percentage of athletes that compete in Division I track and field is less than 3% and only 2.4% in women's soccer. This shows how incredibly difficult it is to achieve what these athletes are doing. All 3 athletes have not only played, but excelled in multiple sports throughout their high school athletic career. When speaking to their coaches, a few common themes kept coming up. They are great leaders and help other teammates better themselves. They are compassionate. They can often be seen putting in extra work when everyone else has gone home. And they have a positive attitude. It is these characteristics that make these athletes unique and why we are here tonight. Our first senior is Stephen Franco. Stephen is a dynamic and talented athlete. His willingness to always try new events landed him in a unique situation where he became a team leader in many field events as well as sprint distances. He will be joining Coach Gabe Sanders of the Boston University Terriers, who during the 2019-2020 indoor season coached the men's and women's teams to a combined 5 individual gold medals and 10 overall medals at the Patriot League Indoor Championship. I'm sure Stephen will help add to this success. Some of Stephen's accomplishments in the spring season were the 2019 league champion in the 4x100 meter relay and shot put, school record holder in the 4x100 meter relay and the sprint medley relay, the 2019 All-County second team, and in winter, he was a 2020 Westchester County champion in shot put, and he established a school record in the pentathlon, which consists of the 55-meter hurdles, the high jump, the long jump, the shot put, and the 1,000 meter. Stephen, question 1. How did you choose track over your other sports?
So I chose track over football because I feel that I have an untapped potential in the sport. And not only that, but my high school coach, Coach Dickerson, has told me constantly, time and time again, that my ceiling is as big as I want to make it. So I believe that if I keep working, keep doing my workouts, I'm going to be extremely successful in the sport. And I'm very excited to continue my track career at the collegiate level.
Question 2. Please describe how it feels to be participating in Division I college track and field next fall at Boston University.
It feels like a dream to be able to compete at BU. I'm so incredibly excited to get the opportunity. And I never really thought that my athletic career would end up this way, but I'm so happy it did. But it wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for Carl Fissner, Coach Carpenter, Coach Dickerson, but most importantly, my dad. My dad's given me every resource I need to be successful. And for that, I'm so grateful for him. Thank you, Dad.
What is your greatest Byram Hills athletic memory?
My greatest Byram Hills athletic memory was when we got lights for the first time ever at Byram for our homecoming game my sophomore year. And this is the best memory I have at Byram because I just remember walking out of the locker room, seeing the lights shine and the people smiling in the stands and everyone cheering, and just seeing a whole community gather around one thing is something that Byram had never done before, and I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it.
Thank you, Stephen. Please sign your letter. Our second senior is Alexa Jindal. Alexa is extremely dangerous with the ball. She has strong control, has quick feet, and can shoot outside the 18. She is not afraid to take chances and take on defenders. She can also anticipate where to play a dangerous ball before she is in possession of it. She will be joining Coach Tobias Bischoff of the Stony Brook University Seawolves, who led the program to the second America East Tournament Championship in 3 years. The squad also won its regular season title in as many years. I'm sure Alexa will help add to this success. Some of Alexa's accomplishments are being selected to play in the inaugural season of the USA Girls Developmental Academy program. She is currently competing in the Elite Clubs National League on the NYCFC. She was selected to represent the US Northeast in the Gothia Cup in Sweden. She is a participant of the Olympic Development Program for soccer, and she was all-league in track and field for the 4x400 and the 4x800. Alexa, question number 1. Please describe how it feels to be playing Division I soccer in college next fall at Stony Brook University.
Well, I always knew that I wanted to play soccer in college, but the fact that it's actually going to be a reality next year is unbelievable. Especially since it's Stony Brook. Like, I visited so many colleges throughout the recruiting process, but something about Stony Brook just always felt different. Like, when I went there, it felt like I was sort of at home, even though I'd never been there before. And I later found out from my parents that I was actually born at the hospital there, because my dad was working there at the time. So I also just love the coaching staff. I love the stadium, the field. Even I've met some of the girls in my recruiting class, and they're awesome. So I just can't wait. It's unbelievable.
Who has been the most influential person in your soccer career and why?
I've had so many influential coaches in my soccer career, especially the Byram ones like Jules and Dapplite. But I'd have to say the most influential have definitely been my parents, because they've always been there for me throughout my soccer, whether it's to hype me up before a big game or to comfort me after a bad game, or like my dad does, keeping my humility in check after a great game. They're just always there to take me all across the country for different tournaments, or even one summer going as far as Sweden for the Gothia Cup. My mom taking me all the way to John Jay just to get some individual practice in during quarantine, because that's the only field available. So I definitely have them to thank, and I could not have made it this far without them.
Question 3. Please share your greatest Byram Hills athletic memory.
Byram Hills Athletics has left me with so many memorable moments. But my most incredible moment has been stepping on the field this year for my first game against Ardsley after all of that uncertainty of coronavirus, and after being out my whole junior year due to injury. It just felt so amazing repping the Byram Hills jersey with all of my friends, ready to beat Ardsley.
Thank you, Alexa. Please sign your letter. Our third senior is Jennifer Moy. Jen is a fierce competitor. She has had tremendous success in cross country since 8th grade and track since 7th grade. She will be joining Coach Mike Thompson and Annette Akoff of the Binghamton University Bearcats. Mike has guided Binghamton from the NCAA Division III level to its current Division I status. In the process, he has achieved a rare accomplishment of having coached a national champion at all 3 NCAA division levels. The Bearcats have posted 7 all-conference selections since 2004. In addition, the Binghamton women's squad has had 2 all-Northeast region selections, as well as a 2006 Eastern College Athletic Conference individual champion. I'm sure Jen will help add to the success. Some of Jen's accomplishments in cross country is being the school record holder for every course we have ran on. She's a 4-time All-League team member, a 4-time All-County team member, a league champion. And in track and field, she's a 3-time All-County, 3-time All-League, 4-time Class B champion in his 2,000-meter steeplechase, in 2019 New York State Championship Division II medalist in the 2,000-meter steeplechase, and she has 6 school track records: the 1,500 meter, 3,000 meter, 2,000 meter steeplechase, 5,000 meter, the distance medley relay, and the 4x800 meter relay. Jen, question 1. Please describe how it feels to be participating in Division I college cross country and track and field at Binghamton next fall.
I honestly can't describe how happy I am to be running next year. I've been running for as long as I can remember, whether it be the annual town runs or just chasing my brother around the backyard. But ever since I started competitively racing in 7th grade modified. I knew that I wanted to run in college. It's just what I love to do. But I don't think that I ever could have imagined making it to a D1 program as amazing as Binghamton is.
Why was being an athletic leader and captain important to you?
As I said before, I've been running for such a long time, and so for most of my career, I was always the youngest and the smallest, and everyone thought I was the cutest. But I've had a lot of role models throughout my entire years, but my brother was actually one of my biggest role models because he showed me that it doesn't take talent to know the value of hard work, and he worked extremely hard. And running is a sport that's defined by how hard you're willing to push yourself and how much time you're willing to spend on it. And now that I'm one of the older athletes on the team, I get to use my experience to help others learn more about the sport and help them grow in their love for running, just as my brother has for me.
What is your greatest Byram Hills athletic memory?
I've had so many amazing memories throughout my years, but my first favorite memory was in 7th grade when the girls team won the section meet. I remember that I got out of middle school early for this meet, but it was so hot that they had to postpone it anyway, so I probably could have stayed the whole day. But anyway, when we got to the meet, I realized that I left my entire bag at home. No shoes, no jersey, no water. I was done for. My coach had me entered in the 4 longest races on the hottest day ever, and I thought I was doomed. And that was until my teammates, someone lent me their spikes, someone lent me their jersey, and I don't think they realized that I was running steeple and that they would be getting them back wet, but they did. And luckily one of my neighbors brought my bag, so I was able to compete in my own clothes for the rest of the meet. But anyway, the meet was so close in the end that it came down to the final 2 races to determine who would win the section. And luckily, both the 4x8 and the 4x1 beat Pearl River to win that title. And this memory, it wasn't just good because we won the meet, which obviously I love winning. Everyone loves winning. But it really showed me how close I was to all of these girls and how we became more like a family throughout the entire season. And this was just the first memory that started the long journey I had ahead of me.
Thank you, Jen. Please sign your letter. If you are an underclassman and have been inspired by one of these athletes and wondering, how can you learn more information on the recruiting process? Make sure to sign up for our free presentation from Coach Wayne Mazzoni, a Division I baseball coach at Sacred Heart University, who will walk you through what you need to know if you are interested in playing a sport at the collegiate level. This flyer will be posted on our athletic website following this video, and the event will take place on Tuesday, November 17th at 7 p.m. I hope to see you there. Before we conclude this event, I would like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Lamia, our principal, Mr. Walsh, our athletic director, Mr. Castagna, the high school administration, and the school board for their continued support of our athletic program. To our teachers, coaches, and guidance counselors who work with our students on a daily basis, we thank you. It is you who provides the foundation for the success here at Byram Hills. And finally, I want to thank all of the parents, the grandparents, brothers, sisters, and other family members who provide unconditional love and support each and every day to help these athletes' dreams come true. Thank you, and go Bobcats.